And we welcome you into New York, the city that never sleeps. Preseason basketball action as the New York Knicks host the Minnesota Timberwolves. We are at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, where for one fan making his first appearance at an NBA game. It's been a big day of basketball in New York. Just across the bridge at Barclays Center, the New York Liberty evening up the WNBA Finals at a game apiece. Breanna Stewart, 21 points as the Liberty came away with the victory. And we welcome you inside MSG alongside Doris Burke. I'm Michael Grady.
To the Garden Party, Karl Anthony Towns, as gifted and skilled a big as there is in the league. Can he shoot threes? You bet he can, with great range. Can he finish close to the rim and punish a mismatch? Get the ball from Jalen off a bounce pass, face up and score if he needs to. He can do all of that. Big stage, big responsibility. Is he up to it?
He is a four-time All-Star. High hopes for him in New York. For more on Cat, let's send it over to Cassidy.
Thanks, Michael.
Anthony Edwards fresh off of that gold medal for the United States. And folks, gifted offensively, unbelievable footwork, athleticism, it's non-stop. You do not want to be on the receiving end when there's an athletic play to be made. As he goes, this team goes. His decision-making late game has got to take a step forward.
Welcome to NBA Sunday, presented by Popeyes. Sunset in New York City. Preseason basketball action. It's the Knicks and the Timberwolves. Time for tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Popeyes. We begin with the Wolves. It's Dante DiVincenzo back here at MSG alongside Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, and Rudy Gobert. As for the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Towns. Karl Anthony Towns, his second preseason game here at the Garden. It's on Mikal Bridges.
Can we just remember that Anthony Edwards is 23 years of age? Little hard step at the defender, pull it back into three. But Mr. Anunoby says, I've got a new contract. I feel really good. We are in need of some offense. What's nice footwork.
The NBA on ESPN is
Get him loose. Knicks hanging tough. Be back after this break.
Start your free trial now. DB, OG Anunoby off to a fast start.
He's mixing his game from three different levels. A season ago, he was an excellent corner three-point shooter. But this time, under duress of the shot clock, 1 second to go, he hits that mid-range. How about the footwork? So all three levels doing a little bit of work. Let's not forget, this guy was elite on the defensive end a season ago.
You mentioned he played in 23 regular season games a season ago. 20-3 with OG Anunoby. 30-29 away for New York. Dante DiVincenzo, 9 for the Timberwolves. Anunoby had it going early. It's a 5-point lead for the Knickerbockers. You're watching NBA basketball on ESPN.
On the offensive end, preseason, but what can you give to the team? Little pick and roll with Anthony Edwards. He's going to move it to the other side. Watch how quick that pass went from Ingles to Dante to a dunk. That is good offense. And then Ingles now shot ready. My turn. I can make this.
The NBPA family are working together to support community organizations and providing necessary relief, recovery, and rebuilding resources to those affected by Hurricanes Helene and Milton. To learn more, visit NBAcares.com.
This guy is absolutely electric. Is he the next face of the NBA? He put pressure on early. A little help from a teammate, gets a turnover, and back-to-back threes. A little transition opportunity. Easy, smooth. My name is Ant. Doing work.
LeBron James and Steph Curry have been torchbearers for the NBA for years. Who will be the next generation of stars to carry that torch? Anthony Edwards could be right there at the front of the line. Majestic as he skies through the air. He won gold with Team USA in Paris. Coming up next, we'll take you to the Mile High City. There's Bradley Beal making his way in the building. It's the Suns and the Nuggets Coming up next right here on ESPN.
Whoa!
2-point ball game. Minnesota calls timeout. 4 seconds to go in the first half. In that first half, DB.
Great half of basketball.
2-point ball game at the break. Wolves by 2. On the other side of the break, it's the halftime report with Malika. 2-point advantage over the Knicks as we get set to start the third quarter. Fans in attendance here at MSG. Tracy Morgan in the house. John Stewart in the building. And Carl Towns Sr. watching his son here at the Garden. Back here at MSG alongside Doris Burke, I'm Michael Grady. Very entertaining first half, DB, as you mentioned. Didn't quite feel like an exhibition game. And how about the start from Anthony Edwards and Jalen Brunson?
He eased himself into the game. So
No doubt.
He didn't get his first bucket till about 6:49 on the clock in the first quarter. Then made easy work of the rest of the half. Threes, and sometimes with great range, just walk up. You don't have a hand up and contest. Look at the joy this guy plays with, cracks me up. And Jalen Brunson, he had 15. The thing that amazes me is at the size, to be able to operate in tight windows and then be able to score in the bigger body area. And then he spent 2 summers working on that three-point shot. Now he is so good. Start of the third.
3 on that last possession alone. It's a 7-point advantage for the Wolves.
Someone who is very familiar with Madison Square Garden.
And, you know, I felt like I did that while I was here. So I had a great time, and, you know, I'm just looking forward to my time in Minnesota now.
Well, good luck this season. You're back here at MSG back in January 17th, so a little bit of a wait, but we look forward to seeing you in the Timberwolves jersey. Thanks for taking the time. And we'll be back after the break, live from Madison Square Garden.
5 WNBA Finals is Wednesday night at Target Center in Minneapolis, 8 Eastern on ESPN and the app. WNBA Countdown tips off our coverage at 7:30 Eastern in Minnesota. And what a WNBA.
Although this may be the kind of contact that they're going to take out of the game. We'll see on the other side.
Madison Square Garden through 3 quarters. Knicks leading by 5 as we head to the 4th on ESPN. Hot the bounce. Coming up next, we're going to take it to Mile High City. Suns taking on the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic. Having some laughs.
One here.
Knicks with the timeout. They lead by 6.
The NBA on ESPN is presented by Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen.
Friends to foes. Karl Anthony Towns dapping it up with Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley, former teammates. Here is with Naz Reid. Nearly a decade in Minnesota. Now the big man for the Knicks, and how about the night he's had so far tonight, DB?
Yeah, does the move sort of elevate his game? He's got 16 points, 16 boards. He's shown an authority on his way to the cup.
They call him TJ. Tough bucket for 2. Well, you mentioned it, DB. This year's Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class includes Knicks legend Dick Barnett, a part of the 2 championship seasons here in New York in 1970 and 1973. Had 21 points in that Game 7 in 1970 against Wilt Chamberlain and the Lakers. And we saw that jump shot there, DB.
They call
it has a name?
The fallback baby jumper.
Fallback baby jumper.
It was an interesting leg kick at the end of that thing.
An all-star in the 67-68 season. 3-time NAIA champion at Tennessee A&I. To 110 for Doris Burke, Cassidy Hubbard, I'm Michael Grady. So long from MSG, Phoenix, Denver, coming up next.